Hello and welcome back to another Tracker video, and in today's video I will be showing you how to import real life terrain data into map decals that you can use for Kerbal Konstructs. So here you can see I have added various volcanoes as map decals, such as Mount St. Helens here, which I have. Now, once you've installed Kerbal Konstructs, you're going to want to put a new folder in the game data folder. In my case, the volcano folder is the new folder. You're going to want to place a new folder in there too, and you're going to name it Map Decal Maps with a capital M, a capital D and a capital M. Inside here is where the map decals will go. So I've got a picture of Mount Rainier here on a map. So all I've done is I've just taken these off of the internet, and so what I do is I look up. Sometimes you can't find them, so we're going to use snipping tool or any method you want to use and just get a picture of it like that, a screenshot. Then you're going to want to edit it, so I'll edit it in Paint. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it. That's not cropping, hang on. So I'm going to crop it so that it's a perfect square, and I also want to remove that black bit on the side. So just crop it. I'm gonna have to zoom in a bit. It's quite a small picture, so we won't get the best detail out of it. About there, so now it's perfectly square. Hang on a minute, there's a white bit at the top, so we're gonna have to shrink it down a little bit more. There we go. So this is what we should have now. Now I don't know if you actually have to do this, but I like to make the image the same size as the other map decals that are in Kerbal Konstructs. So I'll resize it to 606 pixels. And it's actually 606 by 605, so I then go and crop it by 1 pixel. I'm sure this doesn't matter, but I don't know if that will work or not, so I'm just showing what I do. So this is the image we should have now, a 606 by 605 image of what is Mount Rainier. Now when you're getting the height map, this is an important thing. You don't want anything with shading on it like this. So you can see it's better on the eyes, like you can pick out the features a lot easier on this one, but ones like this will not work because it's shaded. So what you'll get is the bits that are lit up will be raised up high and the bits that are dark will be low points. So ones like this are useless. You have to use images where white areas are the high areas and the black areas are the low areas. So just pointing that out. So now I'm going to save this. So I'm going to save as a PNG picture. I think it needs to be PNG. So I'm going to name it Rainier as it's Mount Rainier. Now I'm going to save it. Next, we want to make a new config file. So I'm going to make a new folder in the Map Decal Maps folder, a text document you're going to want, and I'm going to name it Rainier, and you're going to want to change the file extension from .txt to .cfg. You're going to get a warning like this saying that it might become unusable. Next, you're going to want to go into your Kerbal Konstructs folder, find Map Decal Maps, and just go on one of the configs for the map decals, and just double click on the config and just copy it. So Control C, and then we'll close that, and now we'll go back to the config file I made for Rainier. So this here is the display name. That's what it's going to show up as in the Kerbal Konstructs menu. So I'm going to put Mount Rainier. And down here, this is the name of the picture. And we're going to take our PNG picture that we made, and we're going to copy and paste it into the Map Decal Maps. So here it is. And so, as the name of the folder is Rainier, I'm going to want to change this from Circle Slope to Rainier, like that. And now it's done. So now we close everything and launch the game. So now we press Ctrl K to open this window, and we want to edit Map Decals. In here we will press Spawn New Decal, and I will name it Mount Rainier. We're going to set the height map to Mount Rainier, and now we're going to move it to a location where it will fit. Now, by default, the map decal is 125 meters in radius, but I don't want my volcano being that small. That's smaller than most cinder cones. So I'm going to have a look at my map decal map, and I am going to have a look at the features on it and just guess how big it is. So here's Rainier.png, so you can see the main mountain is directly in the middle. So we're going to go on Google Maps and zoom in on Mount Rainier. I think it's about that big. I think that's roughly the size, maybe a bit more like that. So if I measure it, maybe about 25 kilometers across. So I reckon I'm gonna need it to be, I'm gonna start off with a 10 kilometer wide map decal. So let's scale it up to 10 kilometers. It just about fits in there. Now I want smooth height off because that will smooth out the features, and we want to set the deformity up as that will make the features stand, that will make the mountain appear. If you leave that height map deformity at 0, there will be no mountain, it will just be flat. So I'm going to apply and save and see what happens. So you can see it's very flat, so I've not got enough deformity. So let's do that. About there. Right, so let's place a plane down. We have completed Mount Rainier into my volcano collection on Kerbal. Let's remove the runway that I used to measure it. And now we have a full 1:1 scale replica of Mount Rainier. I hope this tutorial was easy to follow. Remember, if you didn't enjoy the video, to dislike and unsubscribe, and maybe you won't watch the next one.